right, welcome back, M&T fans, to another episode of T-Zero.
Yeah.
Also known as
Terminator Zero.
Yeah.
Well, it calls it T-Zero.
That's not lame.
But
Anyway, what we starting off at?
Today we're talking about episodes 7 and 8. So
yes, these are the final two episodes of this.
Yeah, holy shit. This is very good.
So what we starting off at?
Okay, so in episode 7, we finally get to figure out what's Malcolm's deal. Okay, this whole time, this dude has been talking to fucking computer and shit, right? Finally, we get his whole backstory, because I knew something was up with this dude.
Yeah, he been talking to his computer the whole time. That was lame as hell. Yeah.
So pretty much, Kokoro was trying to figure out. No, Kokoro ended up doing a test on his ass. She was like, Debussy or something like that on the piano. Mm-hmm. And he didn't know what it was and shit. And then he's like, yeah, how did you know about Judgment Day? She looked up his records and all this other bullshit. And yeah, that's when she kind of figured out, okay, so if you're not from here, then you're going to be from the future. Right. So we get his backstory and shit.
Yeah, they got the backstory.
Yeah, and so it turns out that he was born 25 or some shit like that. 2025?
2020.
Yeah.
Not 2025. 2025?
Yeah, that's next year and shit. So it's
I thought it'd been like 2030 or something, or 2040 or something.
No, because we jumped later down the road to 2030. But regardless.
Okay.
So we get his side of the story. When he was a kid, they took down the Terminator and shit, because they were recruited early when they were kids.
That's right.
Yeah, and so he and a couple of his homies, they took down this Terminator, and he took the CPU from the Terminator. A very fucking crazy thing that this dude started to do is he learned, he broke down the code of the Terminator. He said just like, it's mostly if-then statements. If you know a little bit of programming, then all the logic was written like that, right? If-then statements, which means it can only lead to one or two conclusions. So it didn't give the AI, or it wasn't even AI if you think about it. Because if it's just logic gates, it would just be like other true or false statements.
Right.
I'm going off based on what he said, but so if it was programmed like that, then he was like, yeah, okay, then that means we can unprogram it. We can teach it new protocols. And yeah, that's what he ended up doing. So he ended up programming it as an AI so it could learn.
Right.
Right. Instead of just it being a simple basic programming based on whatever it was before, he's like, no, we're going to have this motherfucker learn.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very legit. And that's what he ends up doing. We get introduced to the mother of Kokoro.
Yeah.
Kokoro's mom is Misaki.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
That's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah,
I figured that too, because they said he built her like no other robot out there, and
we figure out why he was doing this whole shit of talking to the AI. It's because that's what he did with Misaki. The whole time he was like trying to talk to it or her, so she can, I guess, try to understand him more. Trying to understand humans more. What ends up happening is they find his ass building this AI, the resistance soldiers.
Right.
And they're like, what the fuck are you doing with this machine? Oh, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, they kind of just like, it's funny, like his son in the future. Just acting the same way.
Yeah. They're anything that's a machine, they see it as bad. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, we gotta get outside that thing. But holy shit, this was a badass fucking scene, because they shoot Misaki in the head. She didn't die, but still, they shoot her in the head, and then this motherfucker just goes fucking crazy. He like grabs one of the guns and just starts blasting motherfuckers around him and shit.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's just like, no, this is it. This was it for his ass. It's like you ain't taking Misaki away from me, and then. He really believed in the AI that much. So what ended up happening is he's like, okay, if people in this timeline don't understand what I'm doing, then fuck this. I'm going back. So him and Misaki, and then I'm going back in time. So he could buy time in order to further build his AI and shit, right?
Nice.
So that's why he says that Misaki is the mother of Kokoro, because they because of them going back in time, there's only so much they could do with the processors and the CPUs of the 90s. So he took her processor unit and used it as kokoros. Yeah,
so
that's what. That's
take it out of her too.
That's what left Misaki blank.
Right.
If we go back to episode 1, that's why she was all weird.
So that's why when she get in the mirror and then she kind of just in a blank stare.
Yeah. Because she was missing all her her main components and shit that had her running and shit. So what? So throughout this whole time, the other Terminator had captured the kid, right? And he brings him over to.
His kid looked just like him. They made him look just like him when he was that age.
Yeah. So I mean that was pretty much the gist of episode 7 was we finally get Malcolm backstory. So Malcolm is from the future and shit. This episode was very good in a way because we finally get his shit.
And think about these episodes here, they're pretty short too. They're like 30, 20, 25 minutes, something like that.
I don't know. Well, hold on. Did you have any shit to say about 7?
Well, for 7, I just thought that it was one scene. Well, the war scene kind of reminded me of Terminator. In the Terminator movie, that when they went to the future and showed that Terminator War. Yeah. That I like that scene.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent. I think of the second one. No, was it the first or the second one? I think the first one.
The first
Kyle,
one.
Right? When Kyle was explaining his past.
Yeah, it's the first one. Yeah.
So that was all good shit. I really did like those scenes about it. Episode 8. So the Terminator, the other, I forgot the machine's name, but he ends up at the dad's office, and he uses the kid as leverage to get into
to like try to get into that where Malcolm, Malcolm was, and he wouldn't let him in for nothing.
Yeah, the fucking robot was torturing his kid and shit.
Yeah, he was threatening his son, kill his son. Yeah. He was like still like I can't do it now.
I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, that's
he's like, how old are you again? 7, 10. I mean, fuck, man. Yeah, I think you can stand a little bit more pain.
No, that's pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I don't know. It's crazy but here's the thing. So he gives in to the Terminator because he still is human, you know.
Right. And it's still your little boy.
But I think that's the part of that he was trying to teach Kokoro. Because this whole time has been trying to show her the good side of humanity and shit. Yeah. At least that's how I saw it.
I can see that. And then she eventually started trying to see that to herself.
Yeah. So he ends up opening the door, but he's like, "You can go ahead and come in here, but shit's already online. You're kind of fun."
Yeah.
So this part confused the shit out of me because the robot changes his objective to where I guess his original objective was to kill Malcolm because he built Kokoro. So the main mission for the robot, the Terminator, was to terminate Kokoro, right?
Right.
So he tries to continue that mission because he needs to activate the EMP and shit. Right. So he needs the kid, but we'll go further down and shit. But so we got the next badass scene is
I love this scene.
Yeah.
Kokoro, Misaki against the Terminator.
Misaki against the Terminator. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It is badass because it was her, and then what was the other chick? Was it Aiko?
Aiko.
Yeah, I think
I'll call her Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
But Aiko, yeah.
No, that's actually wow.
That's basically who she's based off of.
Yeah. No, but it was
future
some
version of her.
Yeah, it was some badass scenes.
Yeah.
Between Misaki versus the Terminator and shit. And then here's what ends up happening is the Terminator has to, because his mission changed, he has to protect the kid. Right? You can read it here in the graphics and shit. Escort subject. So he needs the kid for something, right?
Yeah, structural integrity, compromise, support, and
because he helped. Because he helped the kid. Because the column, when he was fighting Misaki, a column and shit fell on his ass. So, but the kid was in the way, and the kid was about to eat shit. So So the robot ended up saving his life, and this confused the shit out the kid.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so we're on this
classic Terminator robot look.
No, this is badass. So this is where we get Sarah Connor, number 2 over here. You know, she's fighting against the Terminator, but she's fucked because there's a shot. It's also in the trailer where her hand gets fucking crushed like a motherfucker because she set up a couple of claymores to try to trap the robot, but that shit ain't stopping the robot. She's about to get whacked, and then that's when Lee finally decides to get out that fucking room and go down there.
Finally.
Yeah, but he ends up getting shot by the Terminator.
That was like he wastes 2. He get out of there and then get killed.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was like a waste for him. For me, they could have did more with his character though, other than him just sitting in the room the whole damn time.
Yeah. No, but part of it. So there is a big good reason why he was doing that. Is because that's how he trained Misaki, or like he helped.
But it was still lame to me. Him just being there the whole time. I get why he was in there, but he could have. I wish he was doing something else another way. I don't know, made it a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. They could have shown that part a bit more better.
Yeah. Or make it where he was doing that on the run, or like he had like a computer, like a mini computer, where he had to. I don't know, kind of made it where he had to be in one room the whole time talking to her all episodes except for the last 2. I mean, the last episode.
No, but like the only way you could, I mean, how else do you have physiological or psychological? What's the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Mind.
It's psychological.
Psychological conversation with.
Intimate conversation with. I mean,
with the machine.
I was thinking if he have her like on some type of a little mini computer, and it's still connected to like all this stuff in this room or whatever, and then she's, he can be out talking to her instead of him being on the whole room.
No, there's a reason for that. She is offline up until that point. So because that hole had to be offline, you couldn't give her access online. The minute you get access to everything online, it opens up the computer for everything to be able to, let's say in the way that Skynet did it. Skynet read everything as a bad thing, right? Humanity is shit, right? So he tried to get the AI to try to learn more of the human side first,
right?
Before bringing it online.
I mean, that makes sense.
In order to do what you're talking about, you have to bring it online to a certain degree.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I mean that's smart to do. Make sure they understand humans first, then so they'll know how ahead of time how humans act, so they wouldn't go overboard when something happens. So was that a nail?
Yeah, it was like an arrow.
No, arrows. Yeah, he had them arrows like on his side. That was a BS way to die, though. I don't like.
He got shot like a bitch, though.
Yeah, he did. I didn't like this scene right here.
He could have died a different way, but
it's not much I can say I dislike about this show. Is on the Malcolm part of this show is what I didn't like. So how they did him in the show.
It's because his shit was more mind shit, right? The Terminator has to continue his mission. The mission is to activate the EMP device and shit. So he can kill Kokoro and shit. This is where we figure out, I think it was Eiko or the Sarah Connor chick. I forget her name.
I think it was Eiko.
Yeah, we finally figure out her connection to all of this shit. So it turns out that she is Malcolm's mom. Yeah.
She's Malcolm's mom in the future?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he did come back, right?
Yeah.
He came back with Murasaki. Misaki. Yeah, he came back with her, and that's his mom. And
that's his mom.
Yeah, okay.
So while he's dying, he's laying there dying and shit. But he's like, he tells her, "Hey, mom." Yeah. No, but we get a shot because she's like, what the fuck is going on? I never had any kids or none of that bullshit. So yeah, see her robot hand, because her hand got fucked. She even asked about it. How did you know this shit was going on? Is it just cycles? Because she's confused about what the fuck is going on. Because the lady told her that shit it's not linear, right? Shit jumps back and forth. But in this weird case,
that's right.
In this weird case, this is something that has kind of already happened. At least in even this shit confused the shit out of me because according to this shit, she gave birth to Malcolm, and then Malcolm goes back in time, but they don't explain who her father is or who his father is, right?
Interesting, yeah.
Right. So that part is still unknown. That's kind of how they did it in the first Terminator. And shit, but she's like, I never had any kids, and she's like, no, you will. You will have kids. So he gets to meet her at her young point. So then her young self knows that
so it's
her older
like
self is gonna have a kid.
effect in a way.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Interesting. I didn't catch none of this stuff in this.
This guy fell asleep over here.
No. It went over my head.
No, it's pretty crazy.
It went over my head because even my notes I got.
What you got?
I didn't say anything about this because I think I was too pissed about him dying to pay attention to anything they were saying right here. Yeah. I'm like, why they kill him off right now in the first season?
I think part of it was to have Kokoro see him sacrifice himself for the kids and show what a person does. Oh, yeah, you know, it's kind of retarded, but to a certain degree, it's
not really. It's not really, but.
I get it because he could have done more, I think.
Yeah, but
he had to show the machine that. Mm-hmm. That's how because humans do some stupid shit sometimes, but for good reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the machine doesn't understand that until it sees it.
Interesting.
Right. At least that's how I saw it, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I can see that though. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
especially if you want a robot. That's the only way you can see robots. I guess to understand if they see it instead of understanding.
Yeah, because you could talk to the robot as much as you want, but part of it won't understand till it sees it and then tries to feel certain emotions. Because this shit all goes down further down the episode.
Okay.
But okay, so. The other Terminator's mission was to try to get rid of Kokoro. So this part is very confusing. This is one good line that the robot says that he needed the kid because the robot can't self-terminate. It's a good line back from Terminator T. I think T2. So all robots can't self-terminate, right? So if the robot activates the EMP, he would be terminating himself.
Okay.
So that goes against his protocols, right? So that's why he needed the kid. He needed the kid to do it. He tells the kid that shit. He says the person that sent me back in time.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Is you?
Yeah, and I was like, Malcolm's son evil? ? Because in the future, just like Mommy and the Terminator, in the future, I think John.
He was a resistance fighter. He was very important. To the war, he was. If you could kind of look back at it in terms of like World War II, some shit like that, similar. He was a pivotal point in one of the battles that helped humanity. That's why they needed to get rid of.
He wants to get rid of the Terminator. He wanted to get rid of. He wanted to go send this robot back to get rid of. So all this wouldn't happen.
No, but see, hold on. So here, hold on, because this is the confusing part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Terminator tells him, you sent me back in time. To me, this was all very fucking confusing. So that's what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
Is the kid evil? Is the kid good? What the fuck was this kid doing?
Right.
That he sent a Terminator back to get rid of Kokoro. Fuck, that's
crazy because the robot ended up killing his dad.
No, but hold on. This brings up even a bigger fucking question. Because it's the kid. Does the kid know something? Because the kid is further down the future.
Right.
Does he know something about Kokoro?
I mean...
that we don't know yet.
He probably does now. Was he there? He wasn't there when his dad died, right?
No, he's there. Yeah, he's there when his dad died. So, fuck, man. This brings up all confusing shit.
He do. Not Kokoro. I don't know if he know anything about Kokoro.
No, he does. The kid knows about Kokoro.
I think eventually he will. Right here he doesn't, right?
No, he knows this whole time. He knows about Kokoro being online. Watch. No, but so his future self sent back this Terminator to either eliminate his dad or eliminate Kokoro.
I think it was Kokoro because of course, he probably relived this already. Unless this is a different. I remember, did it say in the first episode if you go back, it won't be. You won't mess up anything. You just
create a new branch.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah,
but he sent the Terminator back to. He knew his dad.
No, but yeah, no. This is the part that started confusing the shit out of me. But it gets good. It gets good to there's no reason why. It brings up questions, right? Because alright, so I'm going next. So he tells the kid, "You broke her in the lines between mankind and Skynet." So the kid, I don't know. But here's the other thing: is the robot lying to the kid? So he would.
Yeah, because we never saw any of this from the future.
Yeah, right. So there's a couple of big questions there. Is the robot lying so he could further his mission to eliminate Kokoro, or is it the truth that the kid sent that Terminator back to try to eliminate Kokoro because the kid knows something that Malcolm doesn't know yet? Malcolm's reason for building Kokoro is to stop Skynet. Is what the fuck was this kid's name? You remember his kid? Whatever his motherfucking name was.
Shoot, I knew it. I had it.
Whatever his kid's name was, is he also later down the future realizes that Kokoro does some fucked up shit? Why I bring this up? Because at the end of the episode we see some weird shit. But yeah, so the robot tells him, "You're an important part of the future because you broke an alliance between you and Skynet." So what happened? But he said Skynet. He didn't say Kokoro.
Right.
So what does that mean for Kokoro?
I mean, did he destroy her in the future?
Yeah, right. So these is all fucking questions.
Probably find out in season 2, maybe.
Yeah. So throughout this whole shit, remember when Kokoro was split in 3, right? At the end of this whole journey, because of what she saw happen, her 3 systems or whatever combined into her ultimate form and shit.
Probably body, mind, and spirit. Probably
they all combined to one.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have this badass fucking scene. So because the robot, the Terminator, he wants to activate the EMP. So we got a battle between the Terminator and Kokoro. Holy shit, this motherfucker just starts fucking breaking the
This was a badass scene.
Yeah, that was a very badass scene.
It was going against all the different
robots. Yeah, that shit was wild. This was legit. I really like.
They kicked his ass though.
Yeah, no, they fucked him up, but they tore his ass apart. But it was just a very badass scene. Right, you seen that shit? Malcolm told Kokoro, "I put my trust in you," or trust my kid, or some shit like that. So she has to try to believe that the kid will do the right thing, and she gives the kid the choice to whether to activate the EMP or not.
So, but you talked about in the future, it was a mention. He didn't mention Kokoro. I think he might have won.
Maybe, but we don't know. We don't know. That's the crazy part. Yeah.
Part of me thinking he did.
Yeah, because there's 2 futures that can happen here. And
just because of how he is, he didn't like that stuff anyway.
Yeah, he told the machine, "No, you're just a fucking machine.
Yeah,
you don't care about humans." And then she tells him, she's like, "Yeah, you're right, I am, but your father has shown me that what it's like to learn from the best of the humans. So I want to learn to be the best like y'all." Kind of shit, right?
Yeah, so
it's all physiological. No,
I think
physiological. Whatever the fuck that word is. It's weird.
You said psychological?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, all that mind shit.
Psychological.
Yeah, all that psychological shit. So it's all good stuff.
I mean, I'm starting to think that he did do it because of that, and kind of part of him, then I don't think he really liked his dad.
No, well,
his dad never spent time with him, and the fact that he spent a lot of time with Kokoro probably made him want to get rid of.
But here's the thing. Because you can look at this several ways, right? You can look at this shit several ways. The robot said You sent me back in time. Yeah, your ass sent me back in time because you're gonna broker an alliance with Skynet. Meaning there's two futures that could be jumping in at the same time point. The kid at that moment decided to fuck everybody over, and then for his own reasons, and activate the EMP. Meaning he killed Kokoro, which when you kill Kokoro, it lets, because Kokoro is protecting the area of Japan against the nukes and shit. So let's say he did that. He still survived and his family would have gotten fucked, right?
Mm.
And then he realized that he fucked up, and so that's why he sent the robot back to get him to that point, to get him to think about what he does, right?
So maybe he sent them back just to make him change his mind?
Something like that, right? So there's multiple things that could be happening at this, because there's multiple branches. This one is time travel shit, like fucks everything over.
I love time travel though.
No, but because there's so many scenarios.
Yeah, that's what I like about it, because there's so many different things that's possible.
Yeah, but we don't get to see those.
Right. So maybe next season, if that's.
I don't know if there will be another one. I think it did pretty well, so there might be. That's up to Netflix.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right? So yeah, it could lead up to like different branches and shit. So pretty much the kid, he decides not to activate the EMP, meaning Kokoro lives on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So then from there on, the new Sarah Connor, Misaki the robot, and the kids, they have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen next.
Right.
So they left at kind of similar point to where Terminator 2 ended. Yeah, we don't know what happens here.
Right, after he left, after Terminator left, and he put himself in that lava.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, but here, the family all reunites. But here's the crazy part. No, after all that shit went down, Kokoro goes and picks up the skull of the Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's she gonna do? She's gonna open up that motherfucker up. It left it in a very weird fucking spot.
Like she just gonna...
Yeah, what the fuck is she gonna do with that Terminator robot, right?
Oh, probably convert it to one of her robots?
Maybe, or is she gonna try to pull information from the future? We don't fucking know, right? It's always,
that's probably something a computer would do.
Yeah, or will it make her turn evil against what she studied? It just left it in a weird fucking crazy part.
Right.
Because that's pretty much where it ends. It's like the family, decides to take cover because, and try to protect themselves, and then the AI Kokoro for the future. So now it's a battle between the humans, Kokoro, and Skynet.
So like they left it open for season 2.
Yeah, they left it open big time for a whole new season. But what I like about this anime, it does leave room for questions, but it ends it completes the story.
Just to sum this show up, overall, I liked the throwbacks to Terminator movies.
Yeah,
the kids were okay. The oldest boy, I didn't like him from the beginning. Which makes sense now, because he ended up being, in the future, he's a hater of all robots, and so much that he sent a robot to kill
either his dad or Damn, that's pretty fucked, right?
Either way, he probably one of them happened.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, like, my predictions for season 2, I think the older version of him is gonna come back in time. The older version of, what's his name? Malcolm's older son.
Yeah, but in
what's Kenta?
Yeah, Kenta.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Kenta. Yeah. I got it right there.
But in this shit, his dad also told Misaki something. He's like, "What am I supposed to do now?" He's like, "Take him to another time point," which is fucking crazy. So we don't know where that could go.
Yeah, because he did what he wants you to do. What he did, because he went to another time point.
Yeah. Well, they survived, so he doesn't want. I think he doesn't want his kids to suffer in that time zone. So maybe they'll go back to either the future or the past. But if they do that, they're branching off another point. Which
maybe interesting to see what happens. I'm actually interested. I'm ready to see how they're going to deal with this next season on that.
Yeah, I want to see that. What happens with Kokoro? What happens with are they gonna continue with I think Aiko's tension, the Sarah Connor of this one?
Right.
We're gonna see more of her? What happens to his kids and all that shit.
Yeah. I hope that they do in the next season that they age them some more.
Yeah.
Like make them a little bit more older, like maybe teenagers this time or something like that.
I mean, there would be resistance fighters and shit like that.
Yeah. Make them like, I don't want to see them as kids anymore.
Yeah.
So.
No, but to me, this show was like, it was very legit. This did a whole lot better than what I think Genesis and Dark Fate, and I like 4, so 4 was pretty cool. But it did something that the movies haven't been able to do in a while. Yeah, it brought back the franchise.
Yeah, it did. They did a combination of 1 and 2, the best ones.
Yeah. But it added new shit to it.
Yeah, at the same time.
It finally, because with this, you can finally move away with the whole John thing and the whole John and Sarah thing, right? Yeah. They are a very important part to it, but you're also bringing another side to it.
Yeah.
And you can finally start to explore other sides to it, not just be stuck on, Arnold Schwarzenegger and then John and Sarah and shit. Because, they were good roles and very important roles to it, but fuck. See other sides to it. So, and I think that's one thing that they fucked up is like why they never showed signs of the future war.
Right.
Why they didn't show other possibilities that could go down.
Because we're gonna save it for the next season.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the movies and because this show actually tried to explore shit outside of that.
I think it's so much they can do when in the movie instead of trying to. If they would have made like a 2-part series, and well, it did in a way, but like a show is different. Shows, they can kind of do. They have a few episodes to figure out to add that type of.
No, but look, I'm talking about you could have done a whole movie just by itself, where it's a war movie. Saving Private Ryan type of movie. Where Saving Private Ryan, but it's like fucking Terminator, right?
Interesting.
Black Hawk Down, but it's fucking Terminator. Some shit like that. You could have done something like that and like made it fucking badass. Okay. But for some fucking reason, they decided not to do that. A lot of the fans, at least, if you're a big fan of the show, I maybe you have similar viewpoints that I did. It's like, why did you not?
Talking about this show?
Terminator overall. Why not try to explore more parts of it? Because I know they did the comics and shit like that, but because RoboCop and then the Terminator also turned into a comic and shit, it was pretty crazy. Yeah,
did they team up?
No. I think RoboCop went back in time to try to get rid of the Terminator. It's crazy. The comics go very fucking crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I could be wrong about that. It's just that I remember of it, but
okay.
What I'm saying, you can go so many different ways with it.
Right.
It's very legit. Like I think they did a good start with Arnold, and they had that franchise. But go ahead and move on from there and explore other sides of the story.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are my thoughts, man.
Well, I would give this show an all.
Well, how many Terminators?
I'll give you 8 out of 10 Terminators.
Okay.
Terminator skulls.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say. I'm with you there on that one. 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Terminator skulls. It was a very good show.
Very good.
It brought back a lot of questions. I'm looking forward to another season. Yeah. Hopefully they do another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Terminator franchise.
Yeah. I love it too. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan as you are.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. The biggest fan over here.
Well, I like it. The first 2 anyway. And I kind of looked at some of the stuff after 2.
No, like,
I wasn't really invested in it like that.
No. Speaking of, like, find it, because, like, Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
But I hated it because Fox killed it. And shit, so I never got a resolution.
I don't think they had a big following of people watching them.
No, well, at least what I remember, it kind of did.
Maybe it started off that way. How many seasons did it do?
I don't remember. 2, 3.
Okay. Well, I can see. Cause I remember the first season. I barely watched the first season. I watched a couple episodes in the first season.
I sat down and I made sure I fucking sat down to watch that bitch. That was my show.
I just liked it because the girl that was in there.
Oh, what's her face? Yeah. She was on the 300. I forgot her face.
She's pretty.
Yeah, but outside of that shit, I mean, it's just it was good shit. I always really loved that watching that shit. So I don't know. To me, I'm a big fan of the Terminator series. So like, I look anything that's Terminator shit, I want to check that out. Yeah, like even here when they did a rescreen or a re-showing of in the theaters of Terminator 2, I want to go watch that bitch at the movie theaters.
What?
Yeah.
I don't ever do that.
This guy, yeah.
Not about anything, not just that.
No, but I want to watch it.
I want to go back to
movies.
A movie to watch something that came out a long time ago.
No, but in the fucking movies, it was legit. It was legit.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying I'm like that. I'm that big of a fan.
To
like
each
that.
his own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm that big of a fan.
It was what's another movie that got brought back in
the theaters?
Yeah, it was not too. Oh yeah, when they. Nah, I ain't getting to that.
No, but yeah, at least that's what it was. That's how it is to me. I'm like, I want to watch that bitch on the big screen. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go. Okay. Like I'm a big fan when it comes to at least this shit. You know, but I don't know if there's other fans that really enjoy shit like the Terminator series. You know, leave a comment.
Make some comments on it, y'all. This show was I don't know if people even know about it that much.
Yeah, that's the other.
I think that's what it is. A lot of people don't know about it unless you really, really into Terminator stuff. But I think for the people, if you want to tell me about it, I want to know about it. I just think that's what I don't think I don't know if they advertised it enough. Y'all look at our videos and try to get an idea of how the show is, and you can choose to watch it for yourself or not.
Oh yeah, man, this has been another episode.
MT. Thanks for watching. Peace out.